believe Michael's with us.
Yeah, hi Dale.
Hi Michael, how are you, buddy?
Thank you. Great. Thank you for the
Great to have you
opportunity to
here.
share.
Kind of a quiet Friday with the GDP, and even the Fed was kind of a non-event. So not much moving these markets. They've been, especially the euro, very range bound.
Absolutely.
We had a recovery in crude, and I told our community a little bit about you, and I always like to start from the beginning. You want to tell us about the beginning of your journey, and if you had people that mentored you and influenced you. I read it. You were surrounded yourself by mathematicians, and they came up with a tool called CPPI, and I'm interested in knowing about your journey. You mind sharing what it was like for you and who you blame for you getting in this industry?
Okay. So just tell me when to start.
Go ahead. We're live, buddy.
Okay. So hi folks, my name is Michael Lutz. I'm living and working in the wonderful town of Zurich in Switzerland. And basically I joined the financial markets 30 years ago, so I'm getting old. And
are you a gnome?
Sorry?
Are you a gnome, a G-N-O-M-E? You know, they talk about the gnomes of Switzerland. It's
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what a gnome is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some type of money wizard. The gnomes of Switzerland.
Oh, okay. Well, I think all the Swissies, as the rest of the world, try their best to do it the best way they can do. Let's say it like this.
So are you from Switzerland, or this is where you?
I'm basically from Germany, but went to Switzerland 15 years ago, and then a company basically got me to Zurich to work with them, and almost 6 years ago, I quit working there and started my own company with this Forex Scorpion, and we started first out developing some own trading strategies together with some partners. And 3 years later, I had the company my own, and still working and developing Forex trading strategies, mainly focusing on the range market, because we all know that 80% of the markets are sideway markets. So this is what I like the most to work on and to calculate on, because the basic for my work is I work quite long with two guys from the mathematics, two professors, and they optimize the CPPI, the constant proportion portfolio insurance.
And what is? Can you tell us what the CPPI is?
Yeah, it's as said, it's the constant proportion portfolio insurance. So they basically started out working on indices and protected them. I have a little calculation done to show what the CPPI basically is, and why for me it's so interesting to work with it. So can you see this chart?
You have to go up to the left-hand corner of the screen. There's a green box with an arrow.
A green box with up there. Yeah. Okay.
And you click that.
Okay, I got it. And then I need the Excel. Where is it?
And so I'm curious. You're talking about range trading. Yeah. What I read from you is that your bailiwick is looking for reversals. So you look for reversals within the range. You identify a range, and you're looking to get short at the top of the range, long at the bottom of the range.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So I'm basically turning around a kind of breakout model. And
still not seeing your charts. You have to hit the start after the green button. You'll see different desktops coming up, and you click which one you want to show.
Wait.
And then click start.
I don't see it there. This is my problem. First time I'm on Hangout.
Okay.
So I see
So what
everything
happened
else,
when you
but
clicked the box with the white arrow, the green box? What happened?
I see several desktop pictures, but not
Mhm.
the Excel.
So you click the one you want to show,
Yeah.
and then click Start on that page where the desktops are.
Okay. Oh, there you go. I got it.
And
Thank
here
you.
we go. Okay, I'm looking at
So
an account
you
statement.
see it? Exactly.
Yes.
So this is basically the CPMP I am working with for my customers because it's important for them not to lose money. This is in Switzerland a little different maybe as in the rest of the world. The people don't want to lose money. So what we are doing basically is, let's say we have an account of 1 million, we take a kind of floor into it. So we tell them, look, 100,000, this is basically your risk, so 10%. So what we are doing now is taking the CPPI, it's a formula, it's E equal M times C. So C is the cushion, the risk, the buffer, M is the multiple, and E is the exposure. So we have a 10% risk, we have a fixed multiple of 10, and the exposure of 100. So we take a maximum leverage, let's say of 5, we have a trading volume of 5 million. We can have a maximum loss in pips of 200 pips. So let's say we have the first trade with a 5 million and we get a result of minus 50 pips. We are stopped out. We lose 25,000 and have a loss of 2.5%. What's happening then? We have on the account 975 then. We stay with the floor and we have a total capital at risk at 75,000 because we lost 25. So we reduce the cushion to 7.5 times 10 is 75% and reduce the trading volume because for me, I think it's very important that you stay with your strategy in terms of targets and stop losses. So
Okay. So you're managing money for this. You're managing money for a percentage of profits is one of your business models.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So
I've traded.
and the other model is you teach retail traders. You also teach people how to trade.
No, I don't teach them.
Strictly a money manager.
What, especially money man. The thing is that within the Forex Scorpion, we built a kind of co-opetence center. We call it. So it's competence and cooperation. Because I mean, if you're a trader, everybody knows this. You work 24 hours, 7 days, or 5 days a week. So you cannot concentrate on getting customers, on getting new, fresh money, and if you work for yourself or maybe in a team of 2. So I started basically with my team to give traders the opportunity to show their track record on our page, and people get interested into it. And we have one guy in Belgium who did 38% last year, and he's a fantastic guy, but he's focusing on his trading, and he has no time to get some money somewhere in because this is the second job, and then you have the administration and then. So the Forex Scorpion is one time our product and our company and our guys and our trading strategies, and also other guys who want to participate in the Forex Scorpion. Let's say it like this, and we check their track records. They send us their information every week, and if it gets interesting for an investor, we want to have it every day. The moment the trade is done, then we check it for another 3 months, and then we can go out there to the investors and say, okay, we got a fresh guy, brilliant job, brilliant performance. So this is basically what we're doing. Okay.
Okay. All right. And I agree. I agree because if you're busy doing other things, you lose your edge because because you're being distracted, and you really have to focus to do this.
Yeah.
At least until you have your trades on and your stop and targets in there. Then sometimes it's good to let go. Do you have traders that do that? or do they stare at the screen during their whole?
It de- it depends what kind of system they are running. Let's say the Belgian guy is running a fully automated system and is
Right.
working
Okay.
very well, but he has to control it and he has to check it and he has to look after it.
Right.
I got automatic systems too, but I'm always in the markets too. And sometimes it's not so bad to push the button and take a profit. Okay, even if it is an automatic system.
Yeah. So sometimes you could be subjective about an objective program. You could put your subjectivity into it. And you're right, Michael. It's not a profit till you take it.
Absolutely.
Are you a big believer in taking partial profits? I tell people to do that. It takes the pressure off them. They put something in the bank. If the trade still works, they're still there for it, maybe not with as much leverage. And then if they like the trade and it retraces, they can recommit with profits rather than principal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of takes the pressure off guys.
Yeah. This is very important because working with pressure, in 99% you fail. Really, it's the way it is. If you're with the back at the wall, you're making mistakes and more and more.
It's unhealthy too. Physically, it takes its toll on people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, carry on with your presentation, and I'm hoping that perhaps you can share a screen and give us some looks about kind of things that you look for. Picture speaks 1,000 words, but go ahead, just carry on with what you had planned to talk to me about.
Yes. Then do you see the chart right now? Does it work? Or
no, I still see you.
press again the button.
So you may have to do it again and go to the chart page.
Okay, so I'm learning.
You're doing fine.
Sorry.
So do you guys trade exclusively FX or other instruments?
We're just doing FX.
Okay.
Just FX spot market.
Who do you clear through? Who do you clear through in Switzerland?
Right now, it's basically most of the trades are done by Saxo Bank.
Okay.
Because we are only consulting institutional customers. Okay. Yeah. So because due to regulations here in Switzerland, it's too expensive to have Swiss customers, private customers. The regulations are so extreme and so high, so it's becoming ridiculous.
It's like that in the States too, the NFA. Who's the regulator in Switzerland?
It's the FINMA.
Okay, FINRA?
So it's the financial authorities of Switzerland.
Okay. All right, so we're looking at Euro USD 5-minute chart here.
Yeah, fantastic. We made it finally. So what I did is, you see, it's a live one. It's a demo account, so but it's a live one running. And sorry.
Looks like a long side scalp. That's all. So tell me what you see, buddy. I know what I always see. So what do you look for here? I'm interested in what those blue lines are. And
the blue lines are the trades we did. So it's as said, it's an automatic system. So what we are basically doing is that, as said, 80% of the markets run laterally, and we have a certain average. So you all know this, and we are basically looking for breakouts like these ones and like these ones, and that the market will come back to the average. So my idea basically was that you have different tools like different kind of bands and breakout bands, like for example Bollinger, and people are working more and more with them, and more because they think there is something right in it, and we have more and more market participants, and we have more and more people who want to click and trade, especially the private ones doing it themselves.
You know, that's interesting because the Bollinger Bands are like 30 years old. I know John Bollinger. So you're saying that Bollinger Bands recently have gained a lot of popularity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not from, okay. And why do you think that is? Because, you know, I do look, you know, they do kind of give you, when you have a band up there, I see you don't, kind of an idea where markets can go to, kind of like mean reversions.
Exactly, and number one, and for the public basically, so they got something to hold on because they cannot follow the news so close as we do, because we do it 24 hours a day, but they want to do some money within, But you know the 90 rule: 90% of the people lose 90% of their assets in 90 days. Yeah. So, but they want to be in the market and basically game within the market, and they want something to hold on. So this is basically a Bollinger Band. This is different other bands that the people are working with. So why don't use these types of support to have a basic to run the mathematics? So I tried several different volatility bands, and basically came out that you have a certain type of rules in there. And then I started just taking all the numbers into consideration for the last 5 years or even longer, and started calculating. So as I said, the mathematics side is more important for me than the news are, because, I mean, what did we have last week? We had some good American news, and the market went down. The euro dollar went down. So there's not a proof if you have good news, the market will go up. So that's why I focused on that one, and I said probability. That's the way to work with it. So and having the highest probability, the highest possible probability in terms of, for me, counting candles. That's it. I'm basically counting candles.
Okay.
Full stop.
So you're counting them to what?
To get into the market. So if we have a breakout of the market, a combination of different bands and different time frames, and then I start calculating, and then I said, okay, give me number 5, number 8, and number 11, for example, to step into the market and take the reversal. If the breakout just starts, okay, I have a stop loss at 52 pips, okay, but I have a winning percentage of winning trades of more than 56%. Several times more than 60%.
We're looking at this 5-minute live chart. Kind of give us an idea of what you would be looking for as far as a trade here. Obviously, if you're trading 5-minute charts, and I did read you look at multiple time frames. Is most of the stuff you do intraday, or are there
intraday
trades?
It's intraday. It's intraday reversal going.
You're 100% a day trader.
Yeah.
Okay.
And going just for the short ones.
All right. So what are you seeing down here? You're flat the euro. What would you be looking for in the euro here? I see no bands or.
I didn't want to show everything, to be honest.
Okay. All right. I understand the proprietary nature. Just trying to get a feel for what you would look for. With the market in the current situation.
Take the actual situation right here. I mean, this is really a wonderful, great breakout, yeah. And now we are starting basically to a little bit of consolidation right here. So this is basically what I'm looking for, yeah. So to get into the market round in this area, I just stopped the automatic program. We should have had one trade this line here, right here.
Okay.
Because it's a matter of, as said, of counting bars out of the 5 minute, the 15 minutes, and the 30-minute chart. It's a mixture of it. And,
well, what do you mean by counting bars? I mean,
yeah, counting candles. So
yeah, you're counting them for what purpose? To tell you what?
They tell me.
Okay, when I count candles, like I used to use 10-day moving average with an 11-day off number. So I would count back 11 days, and the close of that candle would tell me where a market is either going to turn from or fail from. I use it on a 2-week basis, 2-week reversal closes, and it's amazing how many times that number will come into play during the week. So I'm just not sure what you're doing when you say you're counting candles.
Okay, let me get the so it's easier maybe to show it on the 15 minutes candle. So for example, we have a breakout right here. Yeah, this is the breakout.
Yeah.
So and then we have
after the GDP today.
That's after the GDP. So this is number 1. This is number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. This is not number 6. This is number 6, and number 7 will be my first trade.
Okay, so you wait for 7 candles in the same direction. That one candle that didn't count because it was
it's a kind of reverse candle, and from the bow here, right here, it wouldn't hit my line.
So 7 is like a number of completion for you for a short-term trend.
And then what I do is then I split the orders. Let's take the 5 million I had before in this calculation type. So I would say I split it into, let's say, maximum 8 trades. Okay, I take the first one right here, then number 2 and 3 the next candle, the number 5 and 4 the next candle, and so on until I have.
How did you determine 7 to be a key number for you?
Just taking all the numbers in. I had massive Excels. Folders of gigabytes and gigabytes, and just calculated it. And then I started basically in 2011. It was the first hit I had with this type of trading, and then started calculating for 2 years.
So you back tested this and did a beta test on it for quite some time before you came to believe that this was a number that repeated itself over and over again.
Yeah, and it shows that it's basically working. Yeah.
What was the second most reliable? 7 days. Did you have anything that was close to being as reliable as a 7 count? I'm just curious. Did you test the 3? Did you test?
Yeah,
the
sure.
3?
I tested all. I took the numbers, all the numbers. So from number 1 until number 30, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I took out the numbers with the best results. That's it.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why it's these are huge Excels, and it took almost 2.5 years basically to have it the way it is right now. And then
the beauty is the simplicity.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what I think is maybe a little bit the success of it, the simplicity of it. Because I've been to a seminar not so long ago, and they said in terms of algorithms, yeah, you can do it
Hmm.
more and more and more and more complicated, and put another indicator and then another indicator, and then you just overscrew the screw in a way. Yeah, you
Yeah.
overturn the screw, and that's why I stayed with the simplicity. I have another one which is working on the 4 hours in combination with the daily average. It's so easy, but it did quite a good job in 2014 and 2013. It's a little bit more than a range model. It's likely more a trend model. It's a mix in between, but it's doing well, and
Okay.
it's really a real easy setup. So
All right. So I,
when
I
we
have a
meet one
question
day,
from.
Dale, I will show it.
Okay.
I will show it
I
to
have a
you.
question from the community.
Yeah.
Using the number 7, when you get that completion of 7, are you anticipating a reversal or a continuation of the move of that trend? Then look for an entry for a continuation move, or are they
No
always looking for
reversal.
reversals?
I'm
Okay, that
always
answers your
looking for
question.
reversals.
All right, that was the question. Thank
Yeah.
you for answering that. I suspected that because of what I read from you, and that reversals are your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, they are mine too. Paul Tudor Jones said all the big money is made at the turns.
Yeah. That's right.
So he's my idol.
Yeah.
I have a
And you
brother.
see it basically, yeah. And you
Yeah.
see it basically in the performance of the FX Time Pro on our website, forex-score or scorpion.com. It's the FX Time Pro. So we had a amazing performance until end of November of 95% with a maximum leverage of 20. The average leverage was below 10, so it was around about 8. And in December, I mean, we had this really volatile market, so more breakout than reversal, and we lost. Um, so we reduced from plus 95 to 55%. But this is the risk.
Yes. So
So
let me ask you this. So what's most of your trades you initiate off a 5-minute chart, or give us an idea of the other time frames you overlay. And someone from our community asked, what's your average pip gain per trade? Is there
so
anything like it, or you just take what it gives you?
basically it's I take what it gives and what it's given me. Yes,
That's what I
I mean
thought.
if we have a strong reversal, I take a lot. If we don't, I don't. Maybe sometimes it's 10 pips, sometimes it's 70 pips. So it's mixed between. So I would say it's round about um, a 50-50. So it's 52 pips stop, and it's round about 50-52 pips on average a game.
Okay.
And
So
we have
you're placing your stop under the reversal candle by 50 pips.
52 points, yeah,
Okay.
because the calculation showed it that it is the best number to work with. 100 is too much, 36 is too less, for
Okay.
example. So it's
And
52.
let me ask you this: why did you choose Scorpion?
He hits always the right spot. If he's attacking, he hits the right spot. So that's why.
Yeah, I heard a story that a frog and a scorpion wanted to cross the lake, and the scorpion asked the frog to carry him on his back while he swam across the pond. And the frog said to the scorpion, "Well, why should I do that? You'll sting me,
Yeah,
and we'll both drown." And the scorpion said, "No, no, I won't do that, because that we would both die." So they start
yeah.
heading across the pond, and the scorpion stung the frog. Frog turns around and goes, "Well, why
Why?
did you sting me?" And the scorpion says, "Well, it's just my nature."
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Forex is my
That's
nature.
the only scorpion story I have.
And
but
Forex is
we
my
do see
nature.
plenty of them. I lived in Arizona. I used to see plenty of scorpions in the
Okay, can
desert.
imagine, yeah, can
Yeah.
imagine.
Okay.
So
So you don't take any retail money. It's all institutional money.
it's all institutional
So
money, yeah.
what do you do on Twitter? Why are you on Twitter? Because Twitter is mainly, retail type traders. What's
Um,
the agenda of marketing yourself on Twitter when institutions probably don't even look at it?
yeah, it's see, Dale. I mean, we basically met due to Twitter.
Hmm.
Then what I choose on Twitter, or why I have chosen Twitter too, is we show with a little delay one of our strategies so people can follow it. It's a 15
Right.
minutes delay. We show on our website on the front page the trades of the FX Time Pro of this type of model with a little delay. Yes, but
So you're
to
trying to
to
attract business by showing you're savvy in the
absolutely.
markets.
Yeah, absolutely. And we
Have you
show the
ever landed
perform.
Have you ever landed an institutional account off Twitter?
Yeah, yeah.
You
And
really
I
have?
don't know exactly if due to Twitter, but maybe over Twitter. I didn't ask him, to be honest, but
That's
maybe
interesting.
over Twitter to our website, and then we got in contact. So I
Yeah.
think you need to be online. You need to be clean online. This is very important. So meaning, what I mean with this, sorry, my terrible English, but
No, you're doing. Look, everyone that has English as a second language is always so self-conscious about it, and yet ask any American to speak another language, and most don't. So you're doing great.
thank you.
So it makes me
So
think
yeah,
that being on Twitter and putting out those kind of trades, and you actually have attracted business that way. That's pretty interesting to me.
yeah, because people come to our website. Yesterday I got an email from a guy who said, "I follow you since 1 year." He never took any contact or never wrote me an email. He took 1 year to observe what we are basically doing and showing the results and an end. And what he told me is, "I like that you show the minus 40% in December. This is what I like, because then you are
Yeah,
telling the truth. Not all these guys on wherever they are doing 5,000% each month and
yeah,
having 300 accounts behind it." Yeah.
yeah.
So this is
I've
basically,
tweeted that, Michael. I go words that people on Twitter, and not even on Twitter, most people in the industry, they choke on these words. I was wrong, and I don't know. And you're right. When I was raising managed money, to me, was the most important thing, not the returns. I wanted to know what was the worst drawdown.
yeah, yeah,
That's how you shop a manager. Because, when things are going well, and how they reacted to that drawdown. Did they get desperate? Did they reassess and take their time to claw their way back, or were they swinging for the fences? So anytime I think people want to select someone to manage their money, they have to ask for what was the worst case scenario.
absolutely, absolutely. Number one and number two, what was the performance he did before, or like you said, what did he what did he do afterwards? How does he react, or how did he react on this terrible month? So this is just transparency. This is all customers,
Right.
every customer wants. Yeah,
Yeah, congratulations on that. You're right, it
thank
does
you.
set you apart.
Yeah,
So you want to show your website or how people could
yeah.
follow you? I have your Twitter handle at Forex Scorpion, and maybe you could show people your website if they want to follow your work. I'm not. Most of the people in my community are just individual traders, but you never know. They might have institutional
Yeah, I mean,
connections. Or
on the other hand, they can send me their track record and we can check on
so
this
you're
one.
also
And
looking. You would also kind of like a prop house.
yeah,
If you found a good trader with a long enough performance record, real time, audited, you might give them some equity to trade and pay them a percentage of profits?
Yeah, or I'm planning another product maybe in half a year. So I have one product in Switzerland can only be bought. Only Swiss asset managers can buy it here. It's listed on the Swiss exchange. It was the first structured product, actively managed forex, which was done in
like
Switzerland.
An ETF in Switzerland, kind of an
No,
ETF,
it's not an
or
ETF. It's a type
closed-end fund, like a closed-end.
It's a certificate, we call it.
Oh,
Here in
okay.
Switzerland, it's very special. It's a certificate or a structured product, and it's actively managed, as said. And this was the first time ever such a product was listed on the Swiss exchange. So it took us two years to basically set it up and get it up and running, yeah, because it's not so easy. You cannot do it with the big banks because there's a Chinese wall between trading and client and customers' money. So this is the major point in this. But I'm planning to have in, let's say, 6 months, maybe 8 months, a second product, and will be more diversified because the first one was really transparency, euro dollar, two strategies, one trend strategy and one range strategy, so the FX Time Pro, basically, but in a lower leverage version. And the next one will be broader, so more currency pairs and maybe several traders on it. I'm just checking out how the market will really react on something like this. And for this, we need good, solid traders who are basically doing their job.
Okay, Larian. So I have a community. I've never been surrounded by better traders. I'm a big believer in the social trading concept. We have a mastermind. We all share our charts and ideas, and I could walk into our community without one idea, and within 30 minutes I have things to consider. So there may be some people from this community that may want to get a hold of you. Yeah. I was interested on the right-hand side. You have Lab, Arrive, and then underneath it,
it's the co-competence. So this is the mix of cooperation and competence. So this is basically what you are saying in the sentence before. So what I want to do with this is to have other traders with us who send us in the beginning, let's say on a weekly basis or even on a monthly basis, their trades. And if they show a solid work, and I mean, you can see if they have a concept or not. So we had several ones and we quit them because we said, okay, this is not a concept, not at all. So you get a type of feeling for this, okay? And then you check on a regular basis, and if they are on time, if they send their data on Sunday night or on Saturdays, and so you get a certain feeling. Then you speak to them, and then we put them on the lab, for example, yeah. So show their performance. This one is not so well, but okay, doesn't matter. And then they have basically a platform where they can show their performance. This guy sends us since 1.5 years, so he started in January, and he's sending us his data every week, every trade, and we show every trade right here, what he's doing. Yeah. So, and then if he's talking to somebody, he doesn't have an own website, you can show it on the Forex Scorpion. I don't have a problem with that one. Yeah. So this is the lab, and then we have the performance page, and these are the 6 major strategies we have. The Time Pro, as I said last year, the Octopus is also a reversal model. This is a mixed, that's why it's system multi-different strategies. This is the external guy, brilliant job he's doing. This is the external guy, a pure trend trader, discretionary trend trader. This is
that the guy in Belgium?
This is the guy in Belgium. This is a Swiss guy.
Okay.
And then we have the dawn. It's an early morning reversal model, and this is a long-term model. Not so. It's medium-term.
Okay,
4
what's under
hours
the
to a
box?
week.
We live Forex. What do you mean by you live it? You're addicted
Yeah,
and you can't.
I'm basically living. This is the company, and so
You,
yeah,
I,
we are
you,
living forex.
all right.
We are
You
breathing
do
forex.
sleep and take a break occasionally.
Yeah, sometimes. My wife is asking for.
You know, I remember now. I remember you. I saw you at an FXA meeting, FX Anonymous, where
Yeah.
at first we wanted to trade and now we have to trade.
Yeah.
I'm also interested. I believe in sowing good seed. Show us the charity box.
The
What do you
charity
put?
box. What we want to do is just we take a little of our income and put it aside, and want to help those who have no chance to have education like we did. So there are a lot of people in the world who doesn't have a school, who have no teachers and an end, and we have some private people who are basically packing their cars, the big ones, and driving down to, let's say, Africa, and building on their own money with some help of other schools, and showing teachers how to teach the right way, and so we are
That's a
giving a
great thing.
little money for those who doesn't have the chances like we had when we were young and growing in the US, or like I in Germany or in Switzerland.
Yeah, that's a wonderful way to sow good seeds. I believe we reap what we sow.
Yeah.
So congratulations on um, considering people that did not have the same advantages as you did or I did.
And there are a lot
Congratulations
out
on
there.
that.
There are a lot out there, unfortunately. Yeah.
So all I could say is it was nice meeting you and talking to you and learning about the number 7 from you, Michael. And I hope that you have a great the pips rain down on you in 2016 for your funds, and it continues to grow. And as it grows, you're going to be able to help more people. And also, I think it's pretty cool that you give people a chance to show their work, and if you like what they do, you're going to give them a chance to make a living by placing capital with it.
Yeah, absolutely. This is my idea, and I like also to really to help people. Yes, sure, I like making money, but also I mean, there are a lot of guys out there with great ideas, and I think we have a real fair cooperation plan, we call it. And if somebody's interested, just go on our website, contact formula, send me an email. That's it.
Okay, so
Thank,
everyone
thank
thank
you.
Michael for his time. All you Top Guns here in LAR, you have a couple of years of trading P&Ls to show Michael. Uh, show him he's looking for talent. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much, Michael. Again, I'm glad I met you, and I hope you don't mind. I'm going to call you my trading warrior brother.
Oh, thanks a lot, Dale. It was a real great pleasure for me to be with you and all the guys out there, and girls too. And
Yes.
hey, make some money. And the most important, you always try to make the best decision.
Thank you so much for your time, Michael. Good
Thank
hunting,
you.
buddy.
You
See you
too. Thank
soon.
you.
Keep in
See
touch
you
with me, all
soon.
right?
I will. Thank you,
All
Dale.
right,
Bye
buddy.
bye.